Imagine being a terminal cancer patient in a hospice, struggling to get through each day. Suddenly, an alien invasion erupts, and these creatures hunt by sound. Your only chance of survival is to stay completely silent. Welcome to A Quiet Place Day 1, and here's a recap of the intense fight for survival. The story starts in a New York hospice for cancer patients. Sam is one of the patients and is in a group circle. She reads a letter she wrote, saying that the hospice is awful. One of the care workers named Ruben wants to be a friend to Sam. He asks her if she would like to go out for pizza in the city. Sam agrees and goes to her room to get ready for the trip. Sam is a cancer patient who lives with her cat named Frodo, who is her only friend. She has terminal cancer and takes fentanyl to manage her pain. Despite having no family and battling illness, she doesn't want to be alone. She hopes to live a long and healthy life, cherishing every moment with Frodo by her side. After getting ready, Ruben takes Sam and a few other patients into the city to see a puppet show at a cinema. Sam feels tricked and confronts Ruben about this. Despite her frustration, she goes inside with the others and watches the show. At first, Sam seems to enjoy it, but things take a turn for the worse, and she becomes upset. As Sam and her cat, Frodo, try to leave the theater, Ruben tells her they need to head back to the hospice right away. Sam gets even more upset when Ruben insists they can't stop for pizza, as he had promised, because something bad has happened back at the hospice. Ruben explains that he's just trying to be friends, but Sam breaks his heart by saying that they aren't friends. She then gets on the bus with Frodo. On the bus, Sam starts to feel regret for how she acted. Suddenly, she notices the other patients huddling at the back of the bus, looking frightened. They are watching something happening outside. When Sam looks outside, meteors are falling from the sky. One lands near the bus and causes a massive explosion. The blast is so frightening that it makes Sam and the other patients faint for a few minutes. When she wakes up, military troops are on the scene, trying to help civilians, but soon after, everyone is attacked by monstrous creatures. In a panic, Sam runs to save her life, but an ambulance bus explodes nearby, knocking her unconscious by throwing her against a wall. When Sam wakes up, Henri covers her mouth to keep her from screaming and attracting the aliens. He tells her to stay quiet. As Sam looks around, she sees that she's in a shelter with other survivors. She spots Ruben and feels a wave of relief to find him alive. They embrace each other, and Ruben hands her Frodo, her cat. At that moment, they hear a military broadcast advising everyone to stay put, which temporarily draws the aliens away from the civilians. During the chaos, Frodo suddenly runs away from Sam. She chases after him, but Frodo accidentally nudges a bell, causing a loud noise. Just before an alien bursts through the door to attack Frodo, Sam grabs him and pulls him to safety. Unfortunately, Ruben comes into contact with the alien and lays quietly on the ground. When the monster hears the sound of helicopters outside, it runs toward them, leaving Ruben unharmed. Then they go up to the roof to assess the situation in the city, but they witness something terrifying. They see that the military is bombing bridges to prevent everyone from entering or leaving the city, especially aliens. After seeing this, one of the survivors starts to panic. Before he can attract the aliens, Henri covers his mouth to calm him down. When he doesn't calm down, Henri slams his head against the wall, killing him instantly and making him silent forever. Meanwhile, Ruben tries to come up with a plan to get back to the hospice, but Sam insists on going to Harlem to get pizza from Patsy's. As they discuss their options, a backup generator starts making a loud noise. Ruben runs to turn it off and manages to stop it, but his shirt gets caught in tears in the process. This noise attracts an alien, and as Ruben turns around, the alien attacks him while Sam watches in horror, paralyzed and unable to intervene. After dealing with Ruben's death, Sam takes Frodo and sneaks out of the building to head to Harlem in the morning. She grabs some snacks from a store and sits near a fountain to eat them with Frodo. While eating, she notices two helpless kids near the fountain and offers them some of her food. Suddenly, they hear a military broadcast from the sky announcing that boats are stationed on the south side of the city for evacuation, as the creatures cannot swim. Realizing the urgency, Sam grabs the kids and starts running toward the south side to reach safety before the aliens can catch them. When the chaos outside starts to settle, Sam peeks out cautiously but narrowly avoids being crushed by a falling fence. An alien, drawn by the noise, walks by just as Sam is trying to assess the situation. After surviving the attack, Sam sees a large crowd moving toward a rescue boat while she heads in the opposite direction. Alien creatures begin to advance toward the crowd and start attacking them, killing many people in the chaos. Sam seeks shelter under a car. One of the survivors grabs her leg, but he is quickly killed by an alien. As the aliens pick off people one by one, Sam manages to find a safer spot. There, she spots her cat, Frodo, trying to catch a mouse, typical cat behavior, even though he fails to catch it. Frodo gets tired from chasing the mouse and runs off to get some water. While he's drinking, he meets Eric, an English law student who is very shaken by the situation. Eric follows Frodo back to Sam. As it starts to rain heavily, Sam and Eric walk together, and they can speak more freely. Sam tells Eric to go to the boats for safety, but he wants to stay with her and decides to go with her to her apartment to get her pain medication. At the apartment, Eric finds a book of poetry Sam wrote and learns that her father used to play the piano. They become friends, and, as thunder rumbles outside, they both scream loudly to release their fear and frustration. In the morning, Sam resumes her mission, but Eric, who had been left behind, follows her. She eventually lets him come along. As they move, they accidentally make noise, attracting a group of aliens that start chasing them. They run through a building to escape. Eric creates a diversion by throwing a rock at a car, which sets off the alarm. Sam and Eric then slip into the subway tunnels, where they encounter another alien listening for sounds. Carefully, they make their way into the sewers. In the sewers, they find an alien sleeping above them. As they try to move quietly, Eric has a panic attack, which draws the alien's attention. They have to outrun the creature, but fortunately, it falls into the sewer and drowns. Sam and Eric manage to get to safety, but Sam loses consciousness after emerging from the water. Eric revives Sam in a church. While Sam rests, Eric goes out to find medication for her. After getting the medicine, Eric heads back to the church. On his way back, he encounters aliens. He tries to move quietly, but an alien appears who listens to the sounds very carefully. When it hears nothing, it moves away. Eric then makes it back to the church alive with Sam's medicine. He gives her the medicine, and when she wakes up, she tells him a sad story while crying. She talks about how her father used to take her to Patsy's for pizza after playing the piano at a nearby jazz club. When they wake up the next day, Sam and Eric walk to Harlem only to find that Patsy's has burned down. Sam stands there, stunned and tearful, her heart breaking at the sight of the charred remains. She steps aside, overwhelmed with grief, and starts to cry softly. Eric gently embraces her, his arms offering comfort as she sobs against his shoulder, finding solace in his warmth as they share this painful moment together. They then walk to the jazz club, where Eric steps out to find pizza from another place. To honor Patsy's, he writes Patsy's on the box. When Sam eats the pizza, she does so happily, savoring every bite as a small but cherished tribute to the place she loved. After eating the pizza, Eric entertains Sam with a card trick, and they dance together, which genuinely impresses her. They sneak through a building window to enjoy a pleasant view, where Sam gives Eric her sweater to keep him warm and as a simple token of her love. Sam and Eric spot boats nearby and head in that direction. They carefully move through the car wreckage and notice aliens along the shore. Sam hands Frodo to Eric and tells him to run. She then grabs a crowbar and starts smashing car windows to draw the aliens' attention. The aliens begin to chase her, giving Eric and Frodo a chance to reach the boat. As Eric runs toward the boat, he accidentally kicks a can, which attracts the aliens' attention. The aliens swarm toward Eric and Frodo, trying to catch them. Eric runs as fast as he can and leaps into the water just before the aliens can grab him. On the boat, Henri and the others pull Eric and Frodo aboard. After saving Eric and Frodo, Sam sits alone at her home, crying as she looks at a photo of her family. Meanwhile, on the boat, Eric finds a note from Sam in his pocket. The note asks him to take care of Frodo and thanks him for helping her and showing her how to live one last time. Sam walks through the empty streets of Harlem. Knowing she will die soon either way, Sam takes out her headphones to loudly play her music. She smiles, and as an alien creature descends behind her to end her suffering, the story comes to an end. If you want more recap videos, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss out. Thanks for watching.